Hey everyone, Paul here from hardDrive Radio, joined now by Grammy Award-winning artist Troy Sanders of Mastodon. How you doing, man?
I'm good, thank you.
This is pretty fresh. You just won the award yesterday. Do you know how you feel about it yet?
I think so.
Yeah?
It's pretty surreal. I think it's great just because the attention that you get, not only us, but all 5 bands that were nominated for this Best Metal category. It brings good attention to all of them, all of those bands, us included. I truly feel that we're all in the same boat. You know, we never started a band with the end result wanting to be a trophy or a Grammy Award. That's the furthest thing on your radar when you find some friends to start a band with. So it was unexpected to get to this point, but now that we have gotten here and get that kind of recognition, I think it's nothing but positive.
And this isn't the first time you guys have been nominated, but it is your first time winning. Can you think back to those previous times you were nominated and you didn't win? Was there any disappointment on your end? And does that kind of make up for it now that you're a winner? I mean, not that you're not a winner. But
I understand. That is funny, though. We were nominated 3 times prior to yesterday, and we did go to all 3 ceremonies. And when our name wasn't called, I felt no disappointment because I didn't have that expectation. Being super optimistic all the time, but I'm a part of the Academy now, because once you're nominated, you're a part of it, and you get the voting sheets months prior to the Grammys, and you see that each category has hundreds and hundreds of options. Rock album of the year, there's like 800 rock albums that came out. Song of the year, there's thousands of songs. So when all of that gets dwindled down to the 5 nominees, I really feel like that's incredible. Just to be the 5 that were pulled out of this pool of hundreds. So I kind of feel that's a win right there, just to be nominated. I know it might sound kind of dorky, but I really feel that way. And to have your name called last night was unexpected, and then this rush of bizarre emotions came over us all. And we're like, wow, that's just because it's the furthest thing that we ever expected. It was a rush of awesomeness, really. But no, we weren't disappointed the previous 3 years. We were just kind of happy to be there.
You know, when I always see the Grammy listings come out, I always get a little salty because I feel like rock and metal, which are genres I'm obviously a fan of, they don't really get a lot of recognition, especially since you guys don't even make it into the telecast.
Yeah.
There's a live stream of the awards that people can watch, but I feel like, you know, we get the short end of the stick constantly. And I mean, is that important to you? Does that matter to you?
When we were there last night, we moved over from the theater into the televised part. That's one hell of a spectacle to watch happen, by the way. But we were sitting there like, wow, if only The Rock was done on this stage, that would just give love and just boost everyone involved to these heights that I feel are deserved, because I've been playing rock music my whole life. So obviously I feel that way. But I understand, you know, and the Grammys is about music, and last night they incorporated the comedy, you know, on the televised, and I love comedy. I don't know anyone that doesn't. But I was like, damn, I wish the rock portion was right here in front of this audience. But, you know.
So when you were called and you come up on the stage and they give you your award, is that the actual award that they give you, or is it like a prop?
It is a prop.
Okay.
Because they, besides the printer, you know, it is a sealed thing, and the presenters, I was asking, like, did you know beforehand? They said no. So I think it is kind of kept secret, so they don't have the etched trophies ready to give to you. Then it would have been known, you know, much time beforehand. So we were told last night that it's going to be several weeks of a wait before you actually get your trophy. And I said, well, I think we should get them right now, because in 3 or 4 weeks we're not going to give a shit. I'm just kidding. And then I asked them, do we get a check? Do we get to pick up a check? And they thought I was serious. I thought, Grammy, you get money? I don't know.
Do you not?
No.
Weak.
I wanted to build a pool in my backyard
Right.
with Grammy money. People come over and be like, that's a nice pool, man. When'd you get that? I was like, I got a check from the Grammys. But no, I have to wait 4 to 6 weeks for a etched trophy.
And you will not be at home for those 4 to 6 weeks, will you?
We will not be home.
And why is that?
We're going to be on a tour with a band called Primus. Yeah, one of my favorites of all time. My whole band loves Primus. And we were most impressive that Primus invited us to be their co-headlining tour buddies. So as a fan, knowing that we're on their radar is a great reward. You know, it's like, wow, my God, Primus knows who we are, because we've obviously grown up and have nothing but mad respect and love for their band. So yeah, we're gonna do that in May and June of this year. So we're gonna start learning a whole bunch of new songs next week and have a bunch of fresh tunes for the set list.
Yeah, good.
And go on the road with Primus for 2 months.
Now, you know, you're a Grammy award-winning musician at this point.
I am now today.
Do you still get starstruck when you meet, you know, your musical heroes?
I do. And I hope that never ceases, because I don't want to ever become so jaded that I don't care about going on tour with Primus, or I don't care about getting to play on Conan O'Brien again, or I don't want to ever become burnt out. And that flame that started as a young teenager wanting to play, it's still yet to be extinguished, and I'm very happy about that.
I think so. That's one of my favorite thing about you guys is you can really tell that you're just music fans.
Yeah.
You're not in there for fame. You're not in there for fortune. Although money is nice, but part of what I really love about your band is the music that you guys write. It really speaks to me on a level that's not from a celebrity status, but just as guys with guitars writing songs.
Yeah, that's and I told all my bandmates last night, just because it was an unexpected goal that we just getting this trophy. I just I'm so proud of my bandmates, because we started 18 years ago because we liked each other and we wanted to play our own brand of heavy music. Mm-hmm. And we just wanted to write what we loved and take it around and see if anyone would appreciate it. And then that slowly and continued to build until today, 8 records later, and a couple thousand shows, and it's turned into our livelihood. So coming from, it started very authentic and still is today. We get into the practice space and we write music that comes from right here, and we sing about stories, or we create stories and sing about them that are all very heartfelt and honest. So if it does translate to any listener, then whether you like our band or don't, you got to know that we're authentic, and that's really all we care about.
Absolutely. I do want to ask a little bit about writing, because you guys put out an EP not long after you put out the last album, the Cold Dark Place EP. Were those songs written at the same time that Emperor of Sand was written, or were you guys just so overflowing with inspiration that you just went in and recorded more stuff? 2
or 3 of the tracks on Cold Dark Place were left over from Once More Around the Sun. And when I say left over, it wasn't like they're not good enough to be on the album, but we're conscious to not put out like a 75-minute record, because we feel like the 50 to 60 minutes is enough. And these 2 long songs we felt could be used and be more effective on something else. We weren't sure what it was at the time. So they just kind of were on the back burner for a bit. And then we did Emperor of Sand, and another song or 2 from those sessions felt like they could match with the previous material that we've been waiting. And we were planning on doing a 2-year tour cycle on this record, Emperor of Sand. And we thought an EP would only have some fresh content for anyone that likes our band, and just to keep things always forward and moving. So it just kind of happened. We didn't throw together B-sides. We loved these songs, and we wanted them to see the light of day in a proper fashion.
Tour kicks off May 6th, and before we wrap up, anything you'd like to say to your fans out there who are, I'm sure, immensely proud of you?
Couldn't do it without our fans. That's what keeps us on the road. 100 gigs a year. So, it's when we play, that's the magic of playing shows. It takes like 23 hours of the day to do that 1 hour at night. And we can't just, it's not a job that we do from home, where you can get up, you just put in an hour and a half, and then you're back. It takes all day long to do a show. It takes all 5 or 6 weeks to do a tour. But the magic that happens, which makes it all worth it, is the energy that we get back from our fans and from the crowd. So we're doing this on stage where the sound is coming this way, and the love and appreciation from the fans coming back our way creates this amazing circle of energy that makes it tick and keeps it, it keeps it alive and fresh. So we love our fans, and we recognize that without them we're nothing.
All right. Well, much love to the fans, and much love to everyone for watching this video. Thank you so much, Troy Sanders of Mastodon.
Thank you.